Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. I'm here to talk about the Denver Broncos beating the Washington We Are Commanders. 27-26 reaction in overtime. This is a way better game than I anticipated. I was complaining that this shit was Sunday night. Well, it's arguably probably the best game today outside of, even was the best game today. Maybe Texans, or Rams, Panthers, Texans, Colts, two best games today, like I probably figured. I thought this one would suck, but it was pretty damn good, honestly. Went to overtime. The Broncos give up that touchdown. Commanders, they're going for two for the win. I knew they were going for two the whole way if they got a touchdown. So there's no point going to kicking the extra point because your defense is already tired because they were out there for most of the fourth quarter and the start of overtime. So, but yeah, nice play by who was it? Nick Bonito to bat the ball down, but Mariota should have threw that higher, man, because he had I don't know who it was. He had somebody open. He should have threw that higher, man. Just too low to where Bonito could bat it down. They made a play at the end. That was the difference. I mean, both teams fought hard in this game. Mariota, that dude's a baller. He balled out tonight. They balled way more than I expected. I did not expect a good game here. The Broncos are now 10-2. I mean, both these teams fought hard tonight. I just thought the Commanders had a walk-in two-pointer. Fucking Chris Collinsworth said touchdown. But that was the best game the Commanders have played all season. Really thought the Commanders had that, man. Wild game. And the Broncos have won 4 straight games by 3 points or less. That ties the longest streak of winning by 3 or less in NFL history. It's just they're really last year's Kansas City Chiefs. I always have to say Chiefs. But the Broncos are pretty much the Kansas City Chiefs from last year, where they're winning these close games. I don't want to say they suck because they're 10-2. I'm not gonna say a 10-2 team sucks. It's just I don't know about them when the playoffs start, man. Like, I'm just not really convinced, like, with anyone in the AFC. Like, the Patriots and Broncos have really good records, but I'm not going to be fully convinced until I see them win playoff games. I mean, the Broncos are the number 1 overall seed in the AFC, so I can't say they suck because they're 10-2. And they had the best record in the entire NFL, tied with the Patriots. But there were some questionable calls, I thought, in that fourth quarter. You know, the refs weren't great. And it's just hard for me to take you really that serious as a contender. Struggling to a 3-8 Commanders team without their starting quarterback. The Raiders, who were struggling who are a terrible team. It's just, I don't know, man. I felt these refs were just some wild calls at the end of this ball game. I felt the refs were kind of cheating. They missed that tripping penalty. They called an intentional grounding when it shouldn't have been intentional grounding. Even the rules analyst said it wasn't. So some bad calls I thought in the fourth quarter. They kind of got hoed in that fourth quarter, I thought, by the refs. But they were still able to go down and get a field goal. I mean, also the Broncos, 3rd and 25? Are you serious? To 95-year-old Zach Ertz and an injured Terry McLaurin. They somehow give that up, and the Commanders drive down and get a field goal. The Denver Broncos just can't make anything easy this season. This was a great game until the refs kind of tried to ruin the viewing experience in the fourth quarter. But the Broncos don't make anything easy this year, man. They always make things hard. Bo Nix, he's kind of just inconsistent. Like, he was kind of whatever throughout most of this game. He had a nice drive there in overtime, led him for the touchdown. Can't say the same thing about the defense. Both defenses were gassed. I think both defenses were tired, but every potential win for the Broncos just feels like a gauntlet, no matter who they play. And then they get a 3rd and 25. But yeah, the refs were definitely hella questionable, hella sauce, or sus, however the fuck you say it, sus, in this ballgame, I thought. But the Broncos, they improved to 10-2 though, and the Commanders dropped to 3-9. Let's talk about Bo Nix here. Bo Nix, 29-45, 321, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Bo Nix really won this game for him in overtime because they could not run the ball at all throughout this whole game. Guess that's what they're missing, J.K. Dobbins, but they still have R.J. Harvey. But J.K. Dobbins is clearly better. Bo Nix won it for him in overtime with the completions, but the Commanders' defense did play their ass off. They were just gassed in overtime. I believe the touchdown was to Cortland Sutton after a huge gain to Evan Ingram. But yeah, good game. I mean, it was an average game for the most part for Bo Nix. Kind of heartbreaking into that game. But Mariota just pure grit in this ball game. Bo Nix thought was okay or just kind of average until overtime. So, credit to Bo Nix getting the game-winning drive though. Mariota 28 of 50, 294, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, had 10 runs for 55 yards. Just grit, man. From Marcus Mariota in this game. Obviously, Jane Daniels didn't play. I guess Bo Nix is good at winning, I guess. But Mariota, though, baller. Definitely played his heart out. Rodriguez, 11 runs, 41 yards, and a touchdown. McNichols, 6 runs, 30 yards, 5 a carry. Krosky Merritt, 4 runs, 20 yards, 5 a carry for Denver. R.J. Harvey, 13 runs, 35 yards. Two touchdowns. Jordan McLaughlin, 6 runs, 24 yards. Let's go over the receiving. Bo was, I guess, good tonight. You know, he did what he needed to tonight. The defense, I thought the defense played not as good as they have all season. But Bo led him to the win. Though, for sure, Nick Bonito's a beast. Evan Ingram, 6 catches, 79 yards. Sutton, 5 catches, 62 yards and a touchdown. Troutman, 3 catches, 47 yards. Bryant, 3 catches, 42 yards. R.J. Harvey, 3 catches, 27 yards. Franklin, 2 catches, 21 yards. Beatty, 3 catches, 18 yards. Prentice, 1 catch, 11 yards, and Mims had 2 for 8. Defensively, you had 1 sack from Bonito, 1 forced fumble, and that bat down on the 2-point attempt. Greenlaw had an interception, 1 sack from Tillman. Will Lutz, 2 for 2 on field goals for the Commanders. Zach Ertz, 10 catches, 106 yards. Terry McLaurin, 7 catches, 96 yards and a touchdown. Debo, 5 catches, 64 yards. Burks had a 5-yard, one-handed touchdown catch, which was an incredible catch. Defensively, they had one interception by Bobby Wagner. But Bo Nix let him down the field for the game-winning drive. And he's why they won, because they didn't run the ball worth a shit. But this is exactly a game the Broncos win. We wonder, how do they keep winning these one-score games like Kansas City did? I mean, good teams find ways to win. It don't gotta be pretty, but you gotta play better than this in the playoffs. Like, yeah, like, the wins are... Sometimes wins in the regular season aren't pretty, but you gotta play better than this in the playoffs. They gotta be able to run the ball. Like, without J.K. Dobbins, you gotta find a way. Moody, 2 for 2 on field goals. Like I said, Broncos improved to 10-2. Commanders dropped to 3-9. This was a damn good game, surprisingly. Denver, they had 3 in the first quarter, 10 in the second quarter, 7 in the third quarter, 9 in the fourth quarter, 7 in overtime. Washington had 0 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter, 7 in the third quarter, 6 in the fourth quarter, and 6 in overtime. They went for the 2-pointer, didn't get it. Washington had 419 total yards, 276 passing, 143 rushing, 4.9 a play, 30 first downs, 8 of 17 on third down, 3 for 3 on fourth down, 85 total plays, 2 sacks, allowed 4 punts, 5 penalties, no fumbles, 1 interception, 35 minutes of time of possession. For the Broncos, they had 402 total, 315 passing. Like I said, only 87 rushing yards. They couldn't do it. 5.8 yards a play, 23 first down, 7 to 15 on third down, 1 on fourth down, 69 total plays, 1 sack allowed, 4 punts, 5 penalties, no fumbles, 1 reception with 32 minutes of time of possession. But a fun game, man. But I think it was that overtime. I think it was like another 3rd and 14. They had a touchdown, got called back due to holding. They throw it deep to Debo. Riley Moss gets cooked. He leads the league in PIs. And I hear he's super underrated. And I watch a game of the Broncos, and he's always the guy getting torched. But yeah, it's a fun game, man. 27-26 Broncos get the win. I want to say they're very good because they're winning these one-score games. I mean, it takes skill to win one-score game after one-score game, but I got to see it in the playoffs. But obviously, they're going to be a contender. I mean, they're 10-2, the number one seed. I can't say they're not a contender because they're the number one seed. And sometimes you got to win games ugly, but when you're barely doing against the Raiders and, the Commanders, that's just, it's tough for me, man. But, yeah, that's kind of really got to say here. Fun primetime game, though, for sure. 27-26. So, yeah, that's really all I got to say here, man. Commanders gave a good effort. Mariota tried his all, but the 2-pointer gets bad at the end. Peace. Leave a like, subscribe for more on this shit.